one strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. After 28 years, the parties start in the dressing room. In the air, Sreesanth takes it! India win! Unbelievable scenes here at the bull ring. Here we go, last ball, to the outside, turning to it, could be run out! Is he run out? Or is he in? He's got him. That's it. India win.
Welcome, guys, to the first episode of our monthly podcast, The Saucy Tapes of HDSOS and MIMS. I am Sahir Sheikh, your host for today, and alongside me are apparently the cricket pundits of HDSOS, Yashodan and Manan. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Y'all would have guessed what the topic for today is. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. What an icon. I remember the first time I watched him play was on a huge projector in my building where he scored 93 versus Sri Lanka in the 2011 World Cup finals.
By the way, he scored 91 of 79 balls, hitting 8 fours and 2 sixes with a strike rate of 115.19. We are statistics students, better not mess up the numbers, Sahir.
अरे माफ कर दो सर, माफ कर दो.
These teenagers, कुछ नहीं आता इन्हें.
Exactly.
चलो, at least I wasn't wrong in calling them the pundits of HDSOS. So Yashodan, why don't you tell me about your first memory?
My first memory about MSD. So we'll have to go back to 2007. I was a huge fan of wicketkeeper batsmen, Adam Gilchrist specifically. So the Afro-Asian Cup in 2007. In a team that consisted of superstars like Yuvraj Singh, Mahela Jayawardene, Kumar Sangakkara, Virender Sehwag, MS Dhoni stood out, scoring 139 with a strike rate above 140. The calmness he showed, the composure. No wonder they made him the captain 2 months later at the T20 World Cup.
You know, this just reminded me of this incident that happened in my building once. These two uncles had like a huge fight, and it was about Dhoni's captaincy.
Back in the day, it was a big topic of discussion. But let me tell you what made him India's greatest captain. The T20 World Cup obviously was his first ever string at captaincy. We had a very young squad. During the bowl out against Pakistan in the group stages, you could see how everyone was enjoying, how it was fun out there for everyone. Whereas the Pakistani bowlers were struggling. You could see that they were on the nerves. And then the finals, the moment, Joginder Sharma, the catch taken by Sreesanth. Any captain would have gone with an experienced bowler in that particular situation. But playing Harbhajan Singh in that particular over would have been a big mistake. Misbah was striking the ball perfectly. And then he went with Joginder Sharma and the rest is history. Dhoni as a captain made us the number 1 test side in 2009. Whitewashed the Australians, the English, and then the 2011 World Cup. I think you watched that one.
Yeah, bro, that still remains my favorite Dhoni knock till date, you know. But what was your favorite Dhoni knock?
My favorite Dhoni knock, 2012 against Pakistan. So Pakistan was touring India during that time, and it was a very slow wicket that day. I remember I was in Pune and I was supposed to catch a flight. So we were watching the match and we wanted to see what the Indians would do that day. So we were batting first and Kohli out, Rohit Sharma out. In the first half an hour, we lose 5 wickets. We are down 29 for 5. And then came Dhoni. What a partnership he had with Suresh Raina and Ravichandran Ashwin. He scored 113 that day, and towards the end of the innings, you had to see him. He was struggling with cramps, but was still converting those ones into twos and threes. I mean, damn, that man was a savior.
Yeah, man. Really sounds like a lifesaver for us, huh?
Definitely. What about you? Tell me your favorite Dhoni memory, Sahir.
I think, what I remember clearly is the 2013 Champions Trophy final, where he led us to victory with those great captaincy skills.
Oh yeah. अरे ये तो मेरा भी favorite है actually. So he gave ball to Ishant Sharma in the 19th over when spinners were doing very well, and I mean anyone would give it to spinners. But that giving ball to Ishant Sharma was surely a game-changing decision. And what I loved the most that we defeated England at their home ground, and it felt like Lagan all over again, but in England.
Yaar, how I wish I could have seen him play live, yaar.
I was really fortunate here, I was lucky enough to watch him play live. That's one thing. But then it came in very different conditions. So anyone who knows me knows that I'm a huge Mumbai Indians fan. And so I was in Wankhede Stadium in 2017, Mumbai versus Pune. So Dhoni was playing for Pune back then. And it was the qualifier 1. So under Rohit Sharma's captaincy, Mumbai was doing phenomenal. Pune were batting first. We had them under their nerve and they were struggling. We were taking wickets at regular intervals, and then comes Dhoni. And in the last 2 overs, this guy goes and scores 40 runs, hits 5 sixes, and ruins the entire game for me. So, I was happy that I was watching this idol play live, but I was very sad that day because my team lost.
Although nobody asked me, but I'll say because who's gonna stop me? Actually, you know what? I didn't feel the experience which MS Dhoni brought to the side after the 2015 World Cup loss, because there were consecutive losses before that and after that also. I mean, like in the 2014 T20 World Cup, and even after that, we were not winning matches, and then the 2015 World Cup loss. But in 2016, it completely changed my perspective against Bangladesh. Man, I gotta say this, he was magical in the last over. I mean, Bangladesh required very few runs, and the batsmen had stricken consecutive boundaries, and only 2 runs were needed of 4 balls, and we won after that. The last run out was next level, man. I can't even express that run out in words.
Legend for a reason, nah. But you know what, guys? I always knew that Dhoni's retirement was gonna be a shock to all of us. Because he's, always been surprising us. Be it his test retirement or, him suddenly stepping down as captain. But now it was just that I did not want to believe that I could never see him play at international level again.
धीरे धीरे सीख रहे हो बेटा तुम. You know what? The song which he chose, मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ. I'm not good at singing, so I won't sing. I'll just say the lyrics. Just summarized his entire career. The song in the retirement video, which he uploaded on Instagram on 15th August, is in complete sync with his life through the photos. I mean, basically the point of the song is that fame is temporary. मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ. If fame was permanent, then today people would not have compared Sachin with Kohli. I would like to hear, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'll say this. पल दो पल मेरी जवानी है. Here he has put up a picture of a young Dhoni with Yuvraj Singh when he hit the 6 sixes. He was at the non-strikers end. मुझसे पहले कितने शायर आए और आकर चले गए. Here he puts up pictures with his seniors, Rahul Dravid, Virendra Sehwag, Ganguly, Lakshman, Zaheer Khan, Sachin. Some of them had a doubt on him. Some of them were questioning his captaincy skills and all that. But he never took it negatively, and he's one of the greatest captains we have ever had. नहीं, कुछ आहें भरकर लौट गए और कुछ नगमे गाकर चले गए. What he meant was that some players left the team with regrets and with grudges, and some with full of happiness. कल और नगमों की खिलती कलियां चुनने वाले आएंगे और मुझसे बेहतर कहने वाले, तुमसे बेहतर सुनने वाले. Here he has put up pictures with the young team: Ajinkya Rahane, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Yuzvendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. And the most apt line which describes Mahendra Singh Dhoni is, मशरूफ ज़माना मेरे लिए क्यों वक्त अपना बर्बाद करे. That's the most selfless line of this song, and in the end he just portrays the circle of life by saying that. And one of the reasons why Dhoni retired at 1929 hours, which many people have speculated, and even I believe so, was it is at that point at 1929 hours or 7:29 p.m. New Zealand took the wicket of Dhoni in India versus New Zealand World 2019 World Cup semi-final, and Grant Elliott tweeted, "Way to the finals."
मैं पल दो पल का शायर हूँ, पल दो पल मेरी कहानी।